What's up, you guys? It's your boy Stray David back again with another one, and today we're going to be looking at fat TikTok and fat acceptance, and we're going to be seeing how it really works and how weird it is.
Just a reminder that I am very fat and very sexy.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case though. If you actually believe that you are very fat and very sexy, I don't know how many people find this attractive, to be honest. I don't know how many people find this attractive.
Just a reminder
It's weird.
that I am very
I won't
fat
actually
and very
buy
sexy.
the whole idea of people thinking that they are very fat and very sexy. I don't really buy that whole thing.
And I am 100% glorifying obesity.
Do not glorify. Well, let me just see what happens. Let's see what happens.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I mean, I won't be able to do anything about it. It's your life. You're making it sound as though we care. At the end of the day, these people need to realize that even though they try to fight for the right to be obese, at the end of the day, it's not my problem. You are the one that might actually have to early. You are the one that might have to be deleted from the server early. Being obese is not healthy. We just want to save your life.
Because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
You know what it never was? That's serious.
Oh, what is this? It is serious, bro. You have they look like Nyash at her front. Like, you know, you have to have bum at the back. You are more thick at the front than you are at the back, bro. How is that even possible? And you are smiling. You are proud of this.
You know,
Oh. What is this, bro? What is this? Can we please stop this? Let's really stop this. Let's be honest. We need to stop this. This is not good. This is not good at all. Like, why are you even doing this? Why are you doing this?
why being overweight is one of the smartest things you could do.
Why?
Just imagine a zombie apocalypse and there's no food left. Overweight people keep all the food in their belly.
Oh! You are a dumbass. In a zombie apocalypse, you are going to be the food that will keep them going for days, bro. That's not how it works. This is what you get when you don't pay attention in school. You just go online and start talking nonsense.
Therefore, they would live longer than people who aren't overweight.
Wrong. I think you will just be food for the zombies at this point. I'm not even sure all zombies want to eat you, say, because you're mostly just like oil, fat, oil, fat. Like, I don't think they will be that attracted to eating you like that. You don't look healthy. So maybe from a zombie point of view, I don't know. Maybe they also eat the brains, I guess. But if they eat the brain, they may end up being more dumber, because at this point you're probably more dumber than the zombies. Who knows? If you don't think fat people are hot, then that's a you problem, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think fat people are hot though. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some people that are actually really good looking with a little bit of flesh. But if it goes over a certain point, bro, I don't think there's anyone out here that will just be like, oh shit, this is a very fat person. And yeah. Oh. You know the worst part? With all the amounts of fat now, but it has never gone to the buttocks. It doesn't go to the nyash. It doesn't go there at all. It just blob all over the place and never at the right place. It's never at the nyash. Why is that the case, bro?
I'm overweight.
Wait.
Of course I eat more calories in the morning than other people do in the entire day. I'm
Oh.
overweight. Of course I'm a VIP member at every restaurant, but not at a gym. I'm overweight, but I'm not alone. Every second American is.
This is your friendly fat reminder to tell you that this right here, actually, it's not called a fupa. This is a belly. And I'm a big bitch who weighs over 300 pounds and...
Over 300 pounds. And you are happy. You're happy with this. It's not as if she gave birth and that was there. I would say, okay, it's what happens during childbirth, I guess. But this is you, a regular person, a young girl for that matter, and you're already having slack skin. Like, do you understand the pain? Imagine when you finally attempt to start losing weight. Do you know what this does to your body? Do you know what this does to your skin?
I happen to have a big belly. And
You happen to
there's
have.
nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong off with being fat.
The acceptance is actually very crazy. The level that these people go to cope with this whole thing is just funny. And you know the worst part now? Many companies will actually side with them because it encourages them to sell more products. Oh, you like eating? No problem. We will continue to sell this and put it at the word diet in front of it. Then be like, yeah, this is diet, less sugar, less calories, so you get to buy more. It's actually healthy. You can eat this diet drink with your happy hamburger meal, and nobody will complain because it's a diet drink after all. You see companies with clothes, they're like, oh, don't call them fat, call them plus size. We have plus size t-shirts, we have plus size trousers, we have plus size everything. That is the whole ideology. They don't care about you, they just want to sell you more stuff.
Hey besties, this
okay.
is your Fat Babe reminder to eat that cheeseburger at the damn beach. That's right, I said it. Put that bikini on, take your food down to the beach, and snack your little heart away.
Then when the heart stops beating, at that point, should we cry? Do we cry when your heart stops beating?
I don't care if someone's looking at you. You've got to eat, right? So do they. Just because you're a fat babe on the beach doesn't mean you can't eat. Oh, and don't forget to take those bloody pickles off. Ew. Love you. Nom 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 nom.
This is just to remind you that babies exist and are gorgeous.
Body positivity has encouraged so many people of all sizes to feel comfortable in their bodies, which is obviously positive. We all deserve to feel respected and happy.
You know what actually makes me laugh? Is the fact that they go through all this trouble to try to remind us that they are actually out there. Whereas most of the time we just see them shake our heads and we go about our day. I cannot count how many fat people I've seen in my life. I don't really put them up here and think about them. But they do. You see all those minor reactions that we have, those little side eyes you give people, like they notice people give them, like all those side eyes, like, oh, she looks a bit fat. All those little gestures. They take it here. It goes into their soul. It is etched into their brain. So they always come online and try and say that they are humans too. If you really did care about your body, you wouldn't feed like this. I have seen a lot of fat people that have decided to take care of their bodies and they went to the gym. They started eating right. They started doing exercises and they have never regretted it ever again. I don't see why your case would be different. Rather than try and work on yourself, you take the lazy route and decide to make people pity you. You want people to side with you and your nonsense fat acceptance. That's terrible.
Dignity. But I'd like for us to admit that straight-sized bodies look to be more and more represented in this space at the expense of seeing other body types, like the fat bodies that was originally created to center and advocate for. So here I am to take up space in this movement, a cleanse for your body positivity feed, if you will, showing off my belly, my back rolls, my thighs, physical features that I'm oppressed for, vilified for, and hated for.
Who is oppressing you for looking the way you are? We are worried for your life. You are the one actually oppressing us because you walk into a store and when they don't have the clothes that you are at your size, you start getting angry, you start getting upset, you start shouting.
I'm body positive.
Things I hate as a fat person. Number one has to be those little connected chairs at school.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You will never take responsibility.
Hello. So many straight-sized people complain about them too, so.
Straight size.
Number two is glasses because, okay, the frames are never wide enough and they're always splaying out the little arms. Number three is shopping at the grocery store because we're all here to get food. But how come I'm the problem here?
You look like Kirby. You're going to swallow the entire food into your black hole.
Store are just people are looking at you, judging you, no matter what you get. If you get fruits and veggies, you're on a diet. If you don't, then that's why you're fat. And fourth is concert seating because, oh my God, they are the narrowest things. They are narrower than plane seats. They're literal, and they're always at the highest peak.
Hey, you know what we should do? We should take into account every obese person out there. You people need to start doing better. Whenever you make chairs now, think of the obese people. Whenever you are making clothes, think of the obese. Whenever you are going shopping and you see them, think of the obese.
Love if we could start listening to fat people and plus size people when they voice very real concerns and fears and insecurities.
So, for example, we've got into this trend of when a plus size person says, I don't want to go to the gym because I'm scared I'm going to be pointed at and laughed at.
Okay.
And it is met with, no one is going to be watching you at the gym because they're focused on their own workout. I wouldn't let it bother you. Or, I don't want to eat in public because I'm scared I'm going to get judged. What do you mean? No one's going to be watching you. No one's going to be watching what you're eating. I wouldn't let it bother you. Or, so what if they do? Who are they to you? Water off a duck's back. It's not helpful.
Of course, it's not helpful. See, there are things in life that you cannot just get easily. When you were eating and you got to this size, before you got to this size, there were signs. You must have seen yourself getting bigger. You chose to ignore them.
It's not helpful, right? Because first of all, I understand the sentiment where you're saying like no one's going to be watching me, but unfortunately it's just not true. Because the reason why a lot of these fears and insecurities exist for fat people is because they've already happened. They've already happened, and we don't want it to happen again because it's not fun.
Just because you are obese, now everybody should care about your opinion.
No one's going to be watching.
Bro, there are literally people out there that are getting oppressed. There are people out there that are suffering real things out here. Not you worrying about the size of your body, my guy. Nobody cares about that. Why are we even giving anybody a chance? And you know the worst part now, if you actually go on social media, you will see they have 10,000 likes, 20,000 likes, people commenting. I totally understand. You know the part that sickens me is when you see like healthy people actually supporting obese ones. It's like, bro, are you actually doing this right now? Like, yo, we should actually show love to the plus size people out there. Yeah, obesity is not a crime. Then why aren't you obese? If obesity is actually healthy, why aren't you obese? Why don't you walk into the place and buy 50 gallons of ice cream and just drink and get fat too? Why are you encouraging this? If I were to snap my fingers and make you obese like this, would you accept it? Would you accept yourself the way you are now as an obese individual? We should stop being such buttercups and stop this nonsense.
Me or people who should be working on their own workouts isn't 100% true, and it sucks that it isn't. I wish it was. It isn't, okay? But then also the idea that the only way I can battle this is by, saying, oh well, these people shouldn't.
Too much happening. You have too much. You have too much. You talk too much. You talk too much. You just point recording. You talk too much. She's still talking. Oh my goodness, she's still talking.
But I think.
Hey.
So.
Stop, please. Enough.
Here from is like the ways in which this shows up in dating. Because I get a lot of comments here from like, incel dude, bro, gym, basement dwelling, whatever. You know the type, trolls. And they're always like, well, no one would ever have sex with you. No one would ever date you. And that's not quite true. It's more like you're just very aware that your options are limited, or that the ways in which you get approached are limited, or that like the things that are available to you more readily are limited. And I've been in a relationship for 4 years, but I still experience a lot of this because you can just feel that like you are not seen as valuable in the dating space. I know people say marketplace and that feels dehumanizing, but like to a point it's true. Like more than anything, what it is an awareness that like your stock is low.
You know, one thing about fat people and dating that I have actually come to realize is that the more people get to meet you and find out that you are fat, they tend to like go away. Now, this is because they are probably not looking for somebody fat. Have you ever thought about that? You said it just now that your options are limited. Bro, it's the same thing everywhere. I might just walk up to a guy and say, hey, what's squishy? Might be like, oh, you're not really my type. I'm into buff dudes. I will take it and go. I'll be like, I bet you're out here complaining because you decided not to work on yourself. See, I'm all for like, yes, we should accept ourselves. But when the part of you that wants to accept the unhealthy part of you shows up even more, that is a wake-up call for you to get rid of it entirely. When you are feeling too comfortable in your space to the point that it's getting unhealthy, see, I am not a health coach here, I'm not anything. I actually came on here to roast them. But now I am genuinely worried. I am genuinely scared for their lives, because the more they say this, the more that there are people out there that watch this, young kids that watch this, that are actually probably fat kids. There are fat kids out there that come on TikTok and see this and be like, you know what? This is actually very true. I should love myself and I'll continue to munch away and eat at my feelings rather than going out there and get healthy and get some workouts and improve my social, awareness and improve on my skills as a person. No, rather they will stay behind and eat and still come on social media and bitch about the same thing. It makes no sense. We need to stop this seriously. It should be against the law. It should be made a law at this point that if you get to a certain weight level, you are mandated to go to the gym. Otherwise, you're facing jail time with zero food, bro. I don't care what anybody says. That should be the rule, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This should not be encouraged. There are people that are actually out there dying right now because of things like this. People in the hospital right now are getting strokes. Some of them are having heart problems. Some of them cannot even walk anymore. Some can't even stand anymore because of things like this. And we are out here pretending that everything is okay. We need to stop the pretense. Enough is enough. We must put an end to this nonsense.